Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'm going to be reviewing Cruella. This just came out on Disney Plus last night and in theaters. Now, Cruella is the live-action prequel to the 101 Dalmatians movie that came out in 1961. This is directed by Greg Gillespie and written by Donna Fox and Tony McNamara. Butchered that last name. I do apologize. So Cruella serves as the origin story for Cruella de Vil, the dog-napping villain. You know, the crazy woman that we all know from 101 Dalmatians. Now, the movie follows Estella from childhood, and she's a problem child, as we've seen, all the way to up until she's a teen. Now, Estella has a dream of becoming a fashion designer when she's younger, and she gets her chance when the Baroness hires her. So even before that, circumstances happen in the movie where she ends up becoming like an orphan, and well, she becomes an orphan and meets her future childhood friend slash henchman Jasper and Horace. Now, Jasper and Horace are actually likable in this movie. They're not as dim-witted as they were in the original 1961 101 Dalmatians, where they were kind of goofy, you know, and they were always messing up, and Cruella was always getting mad at them. These guys are actually a little bit smarter in this movie, and they even help Cruella, even when she's being, like, really mean to them. But they speak up, and she kind of cools down on that a little bit. So I had kind of mixed feelings about this interpretation of Cruella, personally. But we get to see that after she gets hired by the Baroness, that something happens that makes Estella become Cruella. So Cruella, we kind of get set up as something in the very beginning of the movie. Like, I don't know if they were trying to say it was maybe like a split personality, or if it was just something that Estella did when she wanted to be bad. You know, when she wanted to do bad things, she'd just be like, oh, it's Cruella's fault. Because, they do something in the very beginning that really hints to that. So I was kind of confused about it, but you know, so Cruella really, though, she ends up waging war against the Baroness to take everything from her. And she does, and it's basically a fashion war. Who's got the better fashion and everything. And we see that the Baroness is extremely ruthless when it comes to getting what she wants. And these two battle it out until the climax of the end, at the end of the movie. Where everything really comes together. All the plans do. So this movie really kind of has everything in it. It had a heist. It had a fire, fashion shows, fashion wars, and even attempted deletion, you know. So this whole thing really had just about everything. Even a car chase in it. So it was really interesting to see all of this put into a 2-hour movie that I think could have been a little more, a little condensed down, a little bit shorter is what I'm trying to say. Thank you. And it really shows that some of this was a little dragged out, but it still wasn't that bad. Now, the fashion in this was absolutely great. The costumes altogether for this whole movie were great. The sets looked amazing, especially when you go to the Baroness's mansion twice in the movie, all the way up into the loft that that Cruella and everybody was staying at from childhood on. Looked really amazing. So I really liked that. And the soundtrack in this movie was fantastic. I loved the soundtrack of this movie. It was so well done and well timed to specific scenes that you couldn't help but get into it. And the acting in this was amazing as well. Emma Stone and Emma Thompson really made the movie. They carried the movie, basically, just between these two. They were the best thing about this. But I felt that the Baroness was the real Cruella. She played the better interpretation of Cruella than Emma Stone did, in my opinion. She was ruthless, didn't care about deleting anybody who got in her way, and she took what she wanted. So she was extremely ruthless in this. Like, she was more of a Cruella than Emma Stone was. Emma Stone kind of kept going back and forth between being cruel and then being semi-nice. So I kind of had mixed feelings about that. But both characters were absolutely phenomenal in this movie. Emma Stone was phenomenal in this movie. It's just she played a different Cruella. And I understand that they were trying to set up Cruella before she became crazy and a dog napper. So I think that's where Emma Stone got her inspiration from. But it was still a good movie. Overall, again, yeah, this was a good movie. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10 easily. It could have been a little bit shorter, so you didn't have to sit through 2 hours. But overall, again, even the 2 hours wasn't that bad. There was just maybe a couple of scenes, that they could have kind of made a little bit shorter to make the movie a little bit shorter. But, yep, I did enjoy this movie. And I think a lot of people will actually enjoy this movie. This was actually a win for Disney, especially from all the flops they've been having lately. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this movie. And if you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and also subscribe as I'm trying to get more content out each week. Take care for now, everybody.